How does Iran view the Strait of Hormuz? As a bargaining chip, a symbol of power, or a bridge for cooperation? Within Iran, there are at least three fundamentally different perspectives on the future of the Strait of Hormuz. The first view sees the strait as a tool of deterrence and leverage. Supporters of this approach argue that, like the United States, Iran has little to gain from a prolonged crisis or a permanent state of confrontation. However, if pressure from Washington continues, Tehran can use its most important geopolitical asset to raise the costs for the United States. The second perspective takes a very different approach. For this camp, the Strait of Hormuz is not merely a bargaining chip. It is a symbol of power, sovereignty, and Iran's strategic standing in the region. Its supporters argue that the war demonstrated Iran's deterrent capabilities and altered the regional balance of power. From their perspective, a rapid return to the status quo would amount to surrendering an important geopolitical achievement. As a result, the priority of this approach is not de-escalation, but the consolidation of Iran's position in the Persian Gulf. The third perspective starts from an entirely different premise. This view argues that Iran's future strength lies not in the securitization of the strait, but in transforming it into a platform for regional economic cooperation. Supporters of this approach warn that a continued cycle of tension could invite greater involvement by external powers, discourage investment, and deepen mistrust among neighboring states. In essence, three different paths stand before Iran: using Hormuz as leverage to extract concessions, consolidating it as a symbol of power and regional influence, or transforming it into a bridge for cooperation and economic development. Which of these paths do you believe will shape the future of the Strait of Hormuz? Drop your take in the comments below and keep GeoVoice right by your side.